Hello and welcome to FXcast. This is our market analysis for Tuesday, July 5th, 2011. In each of our videos, we try to come with high probability trading setups. We will evaluate the gold chart, try to come up with a low volatility watch list, an inside bar watch list, and we review the economic calendar to see what could affect our open and new trades. As always, please send your questions and feedback to analysis@fxcast.com. Let's go to the charts. Okay, as always, we're going to start off with the daily chart of gold, and we can see our push lower, and we're watching two auction areas to make one big zone. We're watching 1475 all the way up to 1547, and we can see that on our, we know that the majority of the market is closed today, but there is some trading going on, and we can see that we have a little up move here on the on gold, and look where that up move happened. We have what we call the light volume vacuum. Here we had a little volume support at 1486, and then as price moved its way back up into the lighter volume, it should start to hit a little resistance around 1498. And if we come over to our daily, we can see that that's going to happen around 1500, and you can see that basically that's where this little swing low was at the beginning of last week. Another thing that we can see is that our volume is basically at parity, which is maybe why we're sort of seeing a sideways action today. And that's also going to be because what? Because it is a holiday for the States, so we're not going to have all the traders here, so there's some light volume. But what the daily action did do on the hourly is bring us up into oversold. So if this little bit of volume resistance holds up, then we may have a short setting up to push us back down towards the 1475. So as there's that relationship with gold and dollar, usually there's an inverse relationship: gold up, dollar down, dollar up, gold down. So we'll see as we go to the pound dollar, and we can see a couple of things. First, we can see the downtrend that we're watching, and whether or not we're going to make our progress, all the way back out to the top of this downtrend line. One thing we see is that on this light volume day, we ran up to the 20 moving average and came right back down. But of course, volume is light at the current time. And so our indicators are going to be a little off because of the volume. But as we come to the hourly, we see a couple things. The hourly did give us, we were watching it here initially over the weekend, and then today's action ran us up, and now we're coming back down. So we're still, as far as long-term view, we're above our long-term moving average in a sell zone, and we see that the dollar is taking a little control as compared to the pound. Not only are we seeing a little control, we can see that they're starting to diverge, where the dollar is heading up and the pound is heading down. And we can see that in our averages right here too. However, our histogram indicator here is not, although we're in a sell zone and above the long-term moving average, we're seeing parity here, and so we need this to make its move. We would love to see it come up here, so run back up to 1.615 just to see what could happen overall. So our overall view is we're in the middle of our downtrend zone with potential resistance of 1.6. We are above our long-term moving average. We're seeing the dollar take a little control and a little divergence between the dollar and the pound. As we switch over to the euro dollar, and again, with our disclaimer, as we look at Monday's action in light volume, you can see that we popped our head above this downtrend line. It's going to be interesting to see if we actually close above this downtrend line, but for right now, we're there. The selling volume is still outweighing the buying volume. And right now we do have a big doji, and now we can clearly see on hourly, we can see that we are clearly away from our long-term moving average. We are in a sell zone. Here's our example. We were looking for some type of dip or rise, and here we've got it here on the euro pound, but now we're sitting here in parity. And why is that? Two reasons. notice that we have the dollar heading up and we have the pound heading up. And so when we have both moving up and both above zero, we probably are going to see something like this, a doji, because there's going to be a parity, neither in great control, and so that's why we're seeing a little parity. Finally, we have the dollar franc. We're in an obvious long-term downtrend, and we're looking at support at 0.83. We have broken the 20 moving average. So now the question is, are we going to run all the way up and hit the 50 moving average? Certainly not sure. We can see that the sellers, though, are still in control. We are obviously in well above our long-term moving average. We are in a selling zone area, but notice our histogram is not setting up a sell right now. And the other thing we can see is that the dollar is control, and we're seeing a divergence. They're heading in different directions. So the dollar being in control may lead towards a continued move higher. But again, we're really going to have to wait until later today as Tuesday sessions opens and all the traders return to the market. With the light volume trading that we saw today, we usually do get a couple for our low volatility watch list. We're going to be watching the dollar Canadian, the dollar franc, the dollar yen, and the pound yen. And for our inside bar watch list, we have the Aussie dollar, the dollar franc, and the dollar yen. Let's go take a look at the economic calendar. As we move to our economic calendar, we see one big thing right off the bat, and that is our monetary announcement in the Aussie. This is their announcement regarding their monetary policy and their interest rates. We have a lot of inflation data. We got PMI in Germany, PMI in the European Union, PMI and SIPS in the pound. We have retail sales, which will give us insight to the status of the consumer and to the retail companies, whether or not they're making their sales month over month. And then we have factory orders, which is about the businesses and how many orders are being placed with each company, manufacturing company in the States. We would like to thank you for watching our FXcast market analysis. As we continue to improve and make adjustments so that you're getting value from our videos, we want you to take the time to give us feedback, give us comments, send us questions about what you would like to see in our videos, and you can send those comments and feedbacks to analysis@fxcast.com, or you can post to our daily forum. Thanks, guys, and I'll see you next time.